This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Clueless Trading Frank. It's 8:21 p.m. fashionably late New York time. Absolutely gorgeous evening out there. I went out for a long walk with my dogs. My wife and son are away. They haven't left me, thank God. They're out in Vegas for a convention because they have their own auto design business. Let's put it this way. Welcome. Full disclosure, this is purely for financial education and not for solicitation or advice. We have a new member, Calva. We have a recent member, Dominic, and a recent member, Paul. Hopefully tonight, what I give you will give you some nuggets of information that you can navigate the market. Most importantly, this session is going to be recorded, uploaded to the Google YouTube channel at Clueless 8 on Clueless 8 Trading on Google YouTube, available to anybody out there with an internet connection. We also have a fantastic Instagram channel, primarily for promotional and marketing purposes. And almost every evening, I'll put out a fantastic options chart, not a stock chart, an options chart of our biggest highlights. I already put one out. Instagram takes a lot of work. I'm an old-fashioned guy. My son is a big Instagram influencer, but I can't tell him to run my Instagram because he had no idea. Because dad does what he does, and he does what he does with cars, right? So, but do look at it. Do follow it. Have all your friends follow it because it doesn't cost a single penny. Remember, we're all about freebies. We want free stuff. So go. Just click follow on Clueless Trading on Instagram. See some amazing stuff, and hopefully you'll be interested enough. Your friends will be interested enough to join us. On that note, let's get into some serious stuff. I don't like this market. I don't like this market at this level. All right? I don't like this market at this level. That's the reason why for a split second, I'm talking about for 15 minutes. And if you look at my Instagram channel, you'll see we made anything from 60 to 90% on some very cheap lotto calls on the SPY 307 puts, which I did not think was going to work in the morning, but I knew it was going to work because I didn't care if I lost those $700 that I put out in there. And that $700 went a lot higher. That is the market, ladies and gentlemen. Now, why don't I like the market at this level? I know I can ask Paul, I can ask Dominic, I can ask Calva, and they'll probably have some very good reasons. The reason I don't like the market at this level, between all the technical things that I put out there on my Twitter feed, which is available for you to think, is we have from 1 second. We are very overbought. What does overbought mean? Overbought means technically the market is due for a sell-off. It did sell off, and then it came back up. We also have a rounded top, a dome. Now, that doesn't mean you can short and put all your money into a short, because one thing I noticed today, and this is what I noticed, okay, right there, is there are a large number of buyers at this gap fill that I told people to basically close their short on the SPY hedges. That November 6th, which was today, 307 puts. One thing I learned is never to like this word, not dog, but dogmatic. What does dogmatic mean? It means you are hell-bent on thinking that something will definitively happen. You don't care about the charts. You just know it's going to happen. Well, guess what? It doesn't happen. And that's the reason why we were upside down on our puts in the morning. And I said, fine, leave it alone. I bought a little bit more and I made a decent sum of money in the range of anywhere from 44 to 60% because of a sharp pullback that we got at one point in the day. Now, I know a lot of you don't follow the market as closely as I do, but all I'm simply saying is this market has, and I will just say it straight out, has an underlying support level, which is very difficult to break. And can anyone tell me? I'm not quizzing you guys, just asking you, just thinking what you guys are thinking. Calva, Dominic, Paul, why the market refuses to break?
A lot of sideline money may be coming in.
Yes, you're right. You said it in a different way. There is a lot of sideline money. There is almost $7 trillion. I can't even, how many zeros in a trillion? I know a million. One. This is 1 million, right? Dominic has a couple. Okay. So what's 1 trillion? Okay, 1 billion is another 3 more zeros. So trillion should be, Paul, am I right? Because you probably know this better. This is 1 trillion, right?
Right.
So let's put it this way. I just want to impress this fact upon my traders because this is the reason why the market doesn't break. 1 trillion. And by the way, for all the members that we have, anywhere between 100 to 150 members, love to get to a lot more. If I ever win the big lottery, all of you are going to get a little sum of that. And Paul, I do owe you a discount on the membership. I'll talk to you on that. All right? Because of your answer last week. All right? So please hold me to that, my friend. All right?
All right. Well,
So,
you've made me so much money in the market.
well, that is a beautiful compliment. I like that. Not that I like compliments, but that's good to know, my friend. And I know that you always share my videos and my few comments that I put on stock tweets, and just friend to a friend. I thank you for that. I do thank you for that. So, okay. And I thank Calva for accepting my apology. So, all right. So the $1 trillion. So what is $9 trillion? Holy moly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 9 times 11 zeros. There's almost $9 trillion sitting on the sidelines between the bond market, institutional funds, and lots of money out there between retail investors. That's the reason the market doesn't crack. Look, the market is quite overvalued. We can have short-term correction. We can go like this is the way we made the money on the puts and this, but the market didn't crack. Crack means we're going to basically break below the gap and hit 29.61 again, which would be ultimate buying opportunity. But this doesn't happen if everybody, or not everybody, but the majority are bearish. Majority are bearish. We are still, including myself, playing defense. And we can all attest to that. So what does Elliott wave theory, Paul just put it as a 1 million, 1 million, 1 trillion. You're the best, man. Canadians are always the smartest. And I mean in a nice way. So the bottom line is that I believe that when we hit around 30.99 or 3100 on the S&P or the E-minis is when the market is fully what we call wave 5 overbought. Everyone's feeling good. That's when we can lay down a big short. In the meantime, there's a lot of good news in the market. President Trump is trying to find a location to sign the phase 1 deal for Premier Xi. The Chinese are being friendly. We had enormous, what was the biggest earnings which affects everything to do with 5G tonight? What was that?
Qualcomm.
Yes, thank you. Let me just change the color on this freaking pen. Qualcomm. Now everyone thinks Qualcomm, like, oh, Qualcomm, because Qualcomm never did. Qualcomm just hit a new high. Forget the technicals. Qualcomm is a USA. Like, I'm a big believer of buying USA. I'm like, anybody who has a Samsung, please, I'm not going to throw you out of my service, but burn your Samsung, buy an iPhone. I know Paul would say, oh, here he goes with the BlackBerry. No, okay, we're going to conquer you guys one day very soon. We're going to annex you guys Canada. Okay, so fine. BlackBerry's fine. But yes, 5G. We had one of our ER trades on Qualcomm. The thing is up, like, it's going to be up great. I don't care if you bought one call or 5 calls. Going to make a lot of money in the morning. And the fact that Qualcomm, which you look at the chart tonight, is now hitting the upper end of the range, I believe it's going to break out. I believe that Qualcomm's going to go to $100. So the fact that they said good things about 5G, and 5G, by the way, is almost operational in China, because we keep on fighting this stupid trade war with them, but Donald is very smart. I meant President Donald Trump. And he's going to give open licenses to Huawei. Huawei? Yeah. The world's largest 5G company. 5G is big. You could download your favorite shows, Ballers, Succession, whatever. The Deuce, like, I don't know, whatever you watch. All right? In 3 seconds, not 3 minutes. This is huge. So Qualcomm, heads up, plus. And that's going to help Apple. Apple is coming up with 5G phones soon. So, saying all that, that's the bigger picture. We have Qualcomm, good stuff. We have Square, kind of up, kind of not. It's like a drunken sailor, still up. I love Square, by the way. I made a lot of money on Square about a year ago. I kind of didn't trade it for about 6-7 months. I'm in Square. I think it's good. Venmo and this stuff is going well, and I believe it's fine. So this is my idea of what's going to happen to the market. And this is the chart you guys might need to follow as we go to the end of the month from a SPY standpoint. Okay? This dotted line is a gap. We break this, we're going to come to the bottom of this wide channel. This is the euphoric part of the channel where you want to short. This is the channel you want to buy if it breaks out. You don't want to necessarily short 30.90 on the E-minis. All right. And if it breaks this, we're going to test this line, which is the ultimate breakout that we went through on the 1st of November. The inverse head and shoulder, which nobody expected. Did you read that article that I put out there? Maybe I did, or I didn't, I forget. CNBC said, here's the rally nobody expected. Well, we kind of gave it a high probability forecast that it might happen. How come the big guys who make $15 million a year can't figure it out? I know you guys think the same way. I don't think they're idiots. My dad and my parents always taught me, like, don't tell other people they're stupid, because God will punish you and make you stupid. But all I say is they are ignorant because they are dogmatic. Do not be dogmatic. And I'm not talking about any of you who have dogs, hopefully rescued dogs. Okay? Do not be dogmatic. Don't say the market will go this and that. Do not be a dogmatic bull or a dogmatic bear. I'm just giving you the broader picture the way I think. So far, I'm doing well. I'm actually doing quite well. But here is the thing here, and I want to ask you this guy's question. Paul said, wife's iPhone Pro just arrived today. I hate you. I'm actually going to get that one hopefully soon. But I'm so happy with my iPhone 8 Plus and my XX Max that I didn't, for once I didn't say, oh, I'm going to order the newest one, but I will. Congratulations to your wife, and let me know how if there are any bugs on it or anything. But yes, good stuff. Apple is going to go to 360. We're going to look at charts in a minute. I mean, sorry, in the 360. Holy cow, what am I saying? 260. Apple's going to be up tomorrow. I bought the calls at what? $1.80, $1.90. They're at 242. Listen, I'm a simple guy. I wasn't born in a trust fund. To me, that's 30% of my money when I wake up in the morning. Come on. So let's not be dogmatic on the upside. Let's not be dogmatic about the downside, because that is the ultimate emotional hell that most traders do. Let's take a look at this is the hourly chart, which is more what we call the sober chart, right? Because it doesn't care about what's happening every 15 minutes, which is basically like a drunken sailor or a drunken us just going around. There's nothing in this picture, nothing in this picture that's telling me that the market is completely going to go down. Yes, we're overbought. So we can come down a little bit more in the stochastics and this still go higher. All I know is this is a rising wedge. Anytime a rising wedge breaks, that's why we have these downtrend channels. Dominic, you with me on these little lines that I draw?
I am.
Okay, good, good. So this line basically shows here as, and everybody, whatever platform they use, they need to just put in their email. It's free. Sign up for investing.com, because if they don't, then they will never understand a lot of the charts that I put out there. You have to be in the same, we have to be synced together. So if anyone who's not done that tonight, go to investing.com, type in your email, and you have full leverage. This is the ultimate platform, free real-time quotes, and my charts on this, which are very easy on the eyes. Remember, what's easy on the eyes means it's easy on your P&L, your profit and loss statement. So please do that for your own benefit. So the fact is, we held this dotted line, which was a minor gap. It's a minor gap, right? And that's exactly where we bounced off. Isn't it funny how the markets do what they do? It's not the markets, the machines do exactly what they do. Okay. Paul wrote, didn't need it, but Apple profits. Okay, I like that. All right, my friend. I like your positive comments. And I like negative comments too. So throw out some negative comments. I don't care, because the fact is that, yes, I'm a born optimist for a simple reason. Because I am alive. And any one of you, and I'm not an evangelist, I'm not some Christian fundamentalist or a Muslim fundamentalist or a Jewish fundamentalist. I love the fact that I'm alive. Every morning that I wake up, I might feel crap because the futures are down minus 20. I might feel great because the futures are up plus 20, depending on my positioning. But I'm just happy that I'm alive. That's serious. All right? So if you guys think like that, I think you guys might be better traders. That's all. But thank you, Paul. So bottom line is that if we break the bottom end of this wedge, which happens to be on a technical level around 3061, give it a little bit more room. Let's give it the breakout level, the second breakout level, because we've been broken out a lot. We broke out a lot. 3055, then we are coming down. 3037, and then we have this rising wedge These charts are drawn to perfection. So the more you can read them, the better off you will be in not freaking out. One bad tweet, one bad comment out of China, we're coming down right here to retest 3024. That is going to be good for about 350 points on the Dow. Don't panic. Just the way I said, don't panic today, we're fine. I believe that's going to happen next week. I believe this will happen next week. That's my opinion. I believe this week will end on a strong note and retest the highs, possibly. But I believe this level here, 3037 on the E-minis, which is roughly about 3040 on the S&P, is going to happen. It needs to happen. Why? Because this allows us another opportunity to buy things cheap while on the lower channel. Retesting the rising wedge, lower end of the rising wedge. I believe that is when people panic. CNBC runs headlines, it's all over, and we buy hard. Right now, I am very selective. So let's get straight to the stock points here. Everything so far that I talked about made some sense, guys? Calva, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's good. You have a voice, man. Jeez. What you mean? Calva, you're in LA. Are you from LA or do you live in the East Coast or something?
No, born and raised.
In LA.
Yes, sir.
Like that. Been to LA twice. Love the city. It's just like New York with a couple extra gangs. Just kidding. New York cleaned out their gangs, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, LA is great. Let me try to put my charts out here. Please talk to me. Why is it not coming? All right, let me drag this in. So let's show a couple of things that these are a couple of. I'm going to go real quick here. All right. When stocks break out, they break out more. Just remember that. That's it. All right. Most traders think, oh, stock's broken out, it's too high. No, it's going to go out more. Why? There's a lot of shorts in there. New guys find out because it shows up in the technical charts. Hedge funds are like, holy cow, great earnings. Let's move on. So the first one that I'm going to show is Qualcomm. I haven't traded Qualcomm in months. I bought the calls tonight. This is what Qualcomm is doing. It is hitting its all-time high, which is 90. I believe Qualcomm is going to go to 100. Now, on Thinkorswim, they don't show you I don't understand this part, by the way. Some of you, Calva, what platform do you use, sir? Robinhood or any other platform?
Yeah, Robinhood and Thinkorswim.
Okay, good. So on Thinkorswim, for some reason, Robinhood's charting platform is no good. It's a great trading platform. You heard the news about Robinhood, how guys had the cheat sheet to basically get 20-1 margin, right? You heard about that news?
Yeah, I heard of it.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I should have done that. I'm a master of doing that. But it doesn't matter because they're going to catch you and they're going to ask you for the money back, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so the stock is basically here right now, after hours. Okay, this is basically where Qualcomm is after hours. I have no idea why Thinkorswim doesn't update the actual after hours charts on the daily. It's some stupid bug they need to fix. So this was the previous high. So this is where we are. This was a chart that was drawn a while ago. So this is where I think Qualcomm's going to go. I believe Qualcomm, given the fact that they've now broken out, not just on a technical basis, but they actually gave some great forward guidance on their 5G sales. That more than 10% of their sales are going to come from 5G phones. This is big business. China's already on 5G. Huawei and these companies are way out there. And President Trump, in between his gimmicks and everything, right? That he's going to meet the Chinese premier, and he's going to give licenses for Hawaii. I think I'm saying it right. I have a difficult time pronouncing those names. My son actually went to China when he was 15 to teach English and math, by the way. Dominic knows that. And that was back in 2015. How great was that? He was going to the party in the mountains because he was in a way off region in China called Guangzhou province. Anyway, that's a different day story. I was very proud of him. And he hacked and put all his Facebook exploits running up and down the mountain and teaching all the Chinese kids on a VPN because China doesn't allow Facebook. How terrible is that? I loved it. Sorry, guys. I have to share it with you. All right. So the point is that I believe Qualcomm will. This is where we are right now, somewhere around there, 89.50, 88, 88. Oh, I like that. All eights, 88, 88. That's what I see on my other screen on Qualcomm. So we're up about $5. You guys did the earnings. You're going to make some very nice money tomorrow. I believe it's going to break out of there. And in due time, I'm not talking about months. I'm talking about going into December, we're going to hit 90. I believe we can hit 100. If that hitting 100, you're talking about 10 points from where we are. Yes, I think we can get 10 points at Qualcomm. Can somebody tell me why Qualcomm can move like that? I want you guys to think just the way I think. And while you're thinking, give me 10 seconds. I just have to pick up one of my dogs. It's another room barking. So think for a minute. I know Paul will probably have the answer. Dominic will probably have an answer. And Calva will probably have the answer. Why do you think a stock like Qualcomm can actually get another 10 points under the belt? I'll be back in about 2 minutes. Are you guys with me?
We're here.
Please think and come back, because your answers, right or wrong, will help everybody else who's going to be listening to this video. Hey guys,
Hello.
are you guys? Yes, doggies are okay. Little one was barking a lot, you know. That's my son's little dog, so need to go and check. Do you guys have any opinions as to why my question about why Qualcomm can actually ramp up another 10 points?
I don't really have a good answer.
No, give any answer.
Well, isn't it something to do with their chip? It's going to be integrated inside the phone and
Yes,
not like a
that is
separate
that
part.
is a technical, that is a fundamental answer. They're the leaders in they're US-based companies. They are the leader in 5G technology, which is the new, you know, right now we use Verizon Lite, which is 4G. 5G is like the hardcore stuff. Yes, that's one answer. But what is the Wall Street answer? Calva, what do you think?
I don't know, to be honest.
Okay, that's fine. And Calva, I'm going to send you a private message on this thing, and please answer to that. Okay. I'd like to
Okay.
talk to you person. Paul, what do you think?
Well, one thing I just noticed looking at the stats of Qualcomm is the analyst targets are pretty conservative. Like there's one analyst there that's actually given
Okay.
it a rating of 4.
You are actually very close to the answer. The answer is institutions buy. Institutions means the big Wall Street firms buy Qualcomm in size. And that is the closest answer. Yes, Paul. And the reason, and when they start upgrading Qualcomm starting tomorrow morning, based on what the Qualcomm CEO said. Remember, Qualcomm has a lot of lawsuits and they've been fighting royalties. Qualcomm makes money off royalties. Their patent technology is what is used by every cell phone company. CDMA, which was the old-fashioned version, code division, multiplying, acceleration. I forget the CDMA. This is so now the fact that institutions are going to pump in is the reason why I believe where the stock is right now, close to here, close to $90, can ramp up to 95 and 100. That's my background from Wall Street. That's what I think is going to happen. It's an institutional stock. When I write on my post institutional, that means big money is moving in. Just want you guys to understand that part. Yes, thank you for the answers, all of you. So, all right, next one that let's take a look at Apple. Oh, Apple's chart is sick. It's sick. This is an Apple daily chart that I constructed a couple of weeks ago, all the way from, actually I constructed way back in September. Never thought it was going to get there. I didn't. Apple is almost, I hate saying this, the ultimate safest tech stock that anyone can buy and just go to sleep and not wake up in the morning and saying, oh my God, we're going to be down 20%. Because Apple down 10%, 20% means the market is going to be down 600%. Tim Cook is best buddies with our president, Donald Trump. Whether one likes Trump or not, Trump is the ultimate player. It's the ultimate dictator. And Tim Cook, and that's the way I am. Whether you like somebody or not doesn't matter. I like a lot of things about what Donald does. I don't like some of the things he does, which applies to all of you. I'm a New Yorker. I know more things about him. But this stock is like sick. I believe that if the market goes right and he will sign the phase 1 deal and phase 2 is coming, the Chinese are being friendly, Apple's going to be at 280. Look at this chart. Anything about this chart, guys, that you guys are confused about? Does this look like an uptrend or no? On all fronts, both technical and external and internal. Look at this. It's the sickest surging MACD I've seen in a long time on the largest company in the world. Look at the stochastics. Yes, Apple can be down, $2, $3 one day. Look at the volume. And then look at the chart. Anything about this chart that scares the living daylights out of anybody? Calva?
No.
So without getting too bullish, because I always try to be like kind of level-headed, I try. I would say Apple goes to 266. That's what I put out there, right here. Right here. So all I say is I buy the calls at $1.90. It's at 245 at the close. Okay, so 245 divided by $1.90. I got a 30% gain on that stock in one day. And if things work out, the stock is going to go above 280 according to the technical charts. 285. Wow. And you know what Wall Street's going to say? Wow. I don't care. I'm just showing you the charts. Square. I like Square because there's so much room to move. Just so you all guys know, as a professional trader, I can't always explain like things that I'm thinking, that I'm doing. I try to put as much as possible. I love stocks that are coming off the bottom. Square right now, after hours, is a 62. It's not even at the upper Bollinger, 64.75. The gap fill is at 71. Square, from a purely technical standpoint, what is this? Oops. When something falls like this and does this, what is this pattern called, guys? It's the opposite of this pattern.
Bear flag.
Oh my God. Dominic, man, A+, brother. Amen. Yes, it's still a bear flag. And the bear flag, thank you for answering that. And the bear flag is not broken till Square crosses over 67.42. Yes, it's a bear flag. So net, the bears will say Square's in a bear flag. I believe in the company, so I'm putting in kind of a non-technical viewpoint. I think Square goes to at least the upper end of the bear flag, which is $67. And it's a 62 right now. Can we not make money off the bear flag? Of course we can, as long as we are conscious and following the charts. One of our biggest earnings winners tonight was a company called DaVita. DaVita is a medical equipment maker, which most people don't know about. Look at this chart. I just bought a couple of calls. When I buy my basket of earnings, I normally get 2 or 3 winners, 2 or 3 complete losers, one kind of neutral, and maybe 1 or 2 which are big reversal plays. This chart is serious. DaVita is going to 72.40. Now, this is not a Netflix kind of thing that's going to go up $10 in one day, but this is a damn good looking chart. Now, if I want to look at it from a longer term standpoint, which all of you should, I say the stock goes to 75 and probably the high, which is 80. You can always buy a couple of calls and leave it in there for December, for January. This, my friend, is one heck of a beautiful W formation or inverse head and shoulders. Look at the move today. This huge candle that I'm highlighting on NVDA was what happened today. I like it. Okay. ROKU. Does anyone realize I didn't recommend ROKU for earnings tonight? Paul, Calva, Dominic?
Yeah, it wasn't in the basket.
Nope. Because ROKU called, and somebody might ask the question, why didn't you do it? I trade ROKU because the option premiums were inflated big time. And I was not going to pay $9 for a OTM out of the money call, which is $10 out. Nope, I'm not going to do that. Neither am I going to short it because it is a stock which is heavily volatile and heavily shorted too. So I just left it alone. So we didn't lose any money. We didn't make any money on the short side. We didn't lose any money. All right. Here is one thing. I made a very decent sum of money today. Now somebody said, oh, why in the hell is he caring about options that are at 3 cents? Guys, I went from 3 cents to almost 9 cents. This is what we call a cup and handle. Cup is small handle. If this was a $100 stock, everyone would notice it. This is a $6 stock with a potential to move up to 12. So if I buy 200 calls at 3 cents, or 100 calls at 3 cents, or 50 calls at 3 cents, what's 50 calls at 3 cents, Calva? Dollar amount.
150? Or am I wrong? I feel like I'm wrong.
No, you're right. Okay, I had more than that, but you're right. Yeah, because when the numbers get small, you have to think twice. Like, what's the decimal points, right? So that 150 would be up 300%. Or if you had $1,500, it would be about 300% to $4,500. I like this chart. I don't give a crap about GameStop, but I do know that the person who is behind it is the same gentleman, Michael Berry, who made $2.8 billion shorting the mortgage market. If I think he's stupid, then I am the biggest stupid of the world. And please, I'm not in the business of due diligence for you guys. I do mine. Please, check it out. Michael Berry, The Big Short. I believe the stock has potential to at least go to the 50-day moving average. It's 844. That is going to be 400 to 500% on your money. Doesn't matter how much you put in there. Every other technical is A-okay. Nice. The MACDs are very friendly. Wow. Hasn't even crossed, the stochastics haven't even crossed over zero yet. It hasn't even crossed over zero, over the baseline. This is how small accounts get big. NVDA coming up on my son's birthday on November 14th. I am very bullish on NVIDIA. As a trader, I don't give a F if I'm wrong. I believe NVIDIA is going to go to 220, to 235, and eventually somewhere around 260. This is a good looking chart. If Qualcomm, the worst of the worst, they were really bad with their earnings and stuff, I mean, not tonight, can deliver that kind of numbers, NVIDIA is in the forefront of gaming, artificial intelligence, and 5G technology. I believe NVIDIA has a good shot to go to 220, 240, 260. I have a couple of calls running. It's up to you guys what you want to do. In the meantime, intraday, the stock will be down $3-4, up like, $2, $3. But NVIDIA is a serious company. If I want to look at it from a larger perspective, that is a beautiful W pattern, which will eventually resolve itself at 240, 260, possibly at 300 if we get a China deal. NVIDIA, 60% of NVIDIA's business is China. A nice China deal on Huawei 5G technology, which I believe President Donald Trump is smart enough to do. I do believe that. They've been hinting on that, except Wall Street likes to play games. So to say trading, we cut through the garbage and say what they're thinking about. We get a China deal like this, NVIDIA is at 260. That's a lot of money. Yes, you can go out to December, to January. That's how you do it.
Is that going to mess with their earnings, you think, the China? Or earnings
Why is
coming
it
up?
going to mess with the earnings? They're looking forward. They're looking forward to whatever the bad news is already priced into the stock. That's the reason why the stock rose from 120 to 210. All I know is this. This is your neckline. This is your inverse head and shoulder W pattern. You break the neckline, which it did. The stock is destined to go higher. If it pulls back, remember, this is not a Joe Schmo biotech company. Oh, we failed on our drugs, a couple of patients died. This is a serious frigging company. They do things right. And on top of that, China's in the bag. Big money.
Okay.
Yeah. So the earnings are, unless there's something really negative about the earnings, like they say, okay, all our contracts fell out and stuff, then that's a different story. Then the stock is down to 180. Otherwise, we are in the 220 to 260 zone. That's what I'm betting on. And remember, you don't have to bet with much, bet with a little. Calva, what would you like me to look at on stock on?
This one, I was wondering if you were gonna cover this one, but you did. NVIDIA.
NVIDIA. Listen, we always cover like the big name stocks. There's a lot of like small stocks that still make us a lot of money. Let me give you one that makes us a lot of money, even recently. It's called General Electric. General Electric is going higher. Look at the internals. Hello. We're just entering the big time FU kill the short straight. This is very bullish. You don't have to understand anything, Calva, but just look at the stochastics. See how it's going, how the wave is going? It's like a surfing wave. You're surfing the wave and it is going like this. And these bars are going to get a little bit bigger till it gets this big. All right? You see that, right, Calva?
Yes.
Okay. Look at the next thing. So I try to keep it simple for people.
Excuse me. What are those bars called?
These bars are called the MACD, MACD. Once you sign up tonight, I will, like I said, I'm going to give you a whole rundown on some basic technicals. This is called a MACD, okay? Momentum, this is a momentum oscillator. And when the MACD goes like this, you want to just buy, okay? When you see the oscillators, and these are all like technical stuff that I will certainly teach you with my pleasure once you remember. The full stochastics looking like this. Are you married or single?
Single.
Okay. So you date, right? You have a girlfriend?
I have friends.
You have friends. Okay. You sound like my son. He's like, I have friends. I don't have girlfriend. I'm just kidding. How old are you? I mean, I'm not asking your exact age, but are you 20s or 30s?
Yeah, I'm 21.
Oh, wow. You're like almost my son's age. Wow. I respect you more, brother.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
yeah,
I,
my birthday's
I,
on November 2.
I like that. Okay. So bottom line is when you see something like that, that's when a girl is very hot for you. Okay. That's when you're going to score. Uh, just kidding. But this is when you're going to make a lot of money. These lines are telling us that things are going very well. Very well. In 1 second. And this GE chart is going to resolve itself somewhere around 12 or 13. We bought GE calls at 10 cents. They are right now at 15 cents. That's 50% on your money for putting a small amount of money in there. Small amount of money, 10 cents. Okay? And I love this chart. So it's don't always have to look at the big charts like Boeing and NVDA and this and that. You can look at this kind of chart, which has the same pattern with a lot more upside. I believe that General Electric, given the restructuring, given the last conference call, given everything the CEO said, is going to hit 14. I believe that's 4 to 5 to 600% on option calls without losing too much money. That's all I got to say. Kava said, are you still in the 212 November 8 calls? What, NVIDIA?
Yeah, NVIDIA.
No, I switched that up, made some nice money on it. I moved out to the November 15, 215 calls. Yep, I moved to the November 15 to 15 calls. I do have a small amount left in the 212 and a halves, but my bet is on the 215, as I put out there, Calva, good question, on the November 15, 215 calls, which cost a little bit more, but I'm safer because the earnings are coming out that week, and November 15th, which thank you for bringing to my attention. What is next Friday? Monthly OPEX, monthly options expiration. 95% of the time that I've said it is a bullish week. Monthly OPEX. Not every single day, but going into the first part of Friday. Monthly OPEX, which is 11:15 Friday, is a bullish week. Doesn't start like a Monday and then it keeps on going higher, but I'm just saying in general that the direction is higher. One second, Calva. Give me 1 second. In the meantime, Paul, Dominic, questions, please. That's what I'm here for.
Hey, Frank, can I give you another stock to opinion on?
Of course.
I was wondering what your long-term view of Facebook looks like.
Facebook is tricky right now. That's my opinion. Technically speaking, Facebook is right now on a pullback mode. And what the fund managers are really scared about is all the antitrust issues and everybody and the mothers attacking Facebook. So when you look at the weekly chart, look what happened. The stock hit the upper end of this supply zone right there at around 198, 199. See this thing here? See the little red reversal candle? 1 second.
Yep.
Calva, I just sent you a private note. Respond to it. Facebook's overall fundamentals are great. All the internals are fine. Look at that. You know, look at the simple stuff. Facebook hasn't even gone green on its histogram, which is kind of good, but why not? You know, it should have been like this. Thank you, Calva. So Facebook right now, I would be a big buyer of Facebook at the 34-day moving average, which is around 185. Right now, I wouldn't be buying it because I believe that the stock is being sold by a lot of emotional and distrustful fund managers, not long-term managers, but short-term managers who are not liking the fact that every single attorney general in the United States is trying to come after Facebook. Not that I care about it, but I'm just telling you. So I would be a buyer on the stock around 189. Where's Facebook? 191, yeah. 189, I would be a big buyer on the stock at 185. But I would, if I trade it intraday. Just the way I did Roku, and I did not recommend Roku in earnings. I trade Roku intraday. The chart is still good. This is Roku. At where is Roku on my screen? Roku is right now 119. It's all the way down here, right here somewhere. So remember, as a trader, you could trade stocks regardless of what they are, what the earning is going to be. So I traded Roku today, Wednesday, for about 15-20 minutes. I know I like that inverse. Yeah, I like this candle. So I bought it. I didn't buy it at the bottom, 136, but I bought it around 138. I traded it at like 142. Couple of calls intraday. I didn't trust it. I didn't recommend it to my clients. I mean, to my clients, my members. So that's the way it is. This has become, last thing I'll tell you guys, the market has become a real stock market. Good companies are going to be rewarded with good earnings, and companies with bad earnings are going to be punished. That's all. Now, certain stocks I'm very bullish on, like AT&T, boring stocks, and I'm okay with that because I love buying the cheap calls. They go down. Look at this chart. Does this chart look like it's going to go down? I don't care. Calls come down from 60 cents down to 45 cents. I'll buy it. Look, I'm not a billion-dollar player, but to me, this is a bull flag. And that bull flag, in my opinion, is going to break up over 40. So if you want to be on the safe side, if anyone could call option trading safe, then you got to buy these small things where you can afford to buy it, where you don't have to deal with a $9 call that's down at 3, and you're like, oh, should I buy like 2 more? That's $1,000. or $600. I like things like this. Okay, let's take a look at the weekly chart of AT&T. Wow, I really like it. This is one big cup with a handle that's pointing up. I believe the stock will go to 44 or 43. That's a lot of money in your pocket. Stick to these type of things. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take, and because no one talks about it, when was the last time you heard AT&T be talked about on this thing? I showed you GME. I like MPC. Yeah, it got sold out because oil was in, inventories were up and blah, blah, blah. And this is not a good looking chart on the weekly, I'll tell you that. But the options are cheap. Remember, as an options trader, you have to be a warrior. You can always be like, oh, stock is down like $3. Who cares? Options are cheap. I'll be a heavy buyer on the stock at 62.20. And this doesn't look that good. But I do know Elliott Management's in the picture. And I do believe I keep on buying the 70 options. If I lose, I lose. Hey, as a trader, I have a right to lose. I don't think I will. As long as I have time on my hand, December 20th, I'll move it out to January. I'll move it out to February. All right? All I know, this is not a good candle. But look what happened to the internals. This happened, and this is as a trader, you have to read this. This happened on lower volume. I like that. This did not damage the full stochastics, what we call the F stocks. They did not damage the McLaren oscillator. Yes, it trended down a little bit. Did not in any way or form damage the MACD, even though it's a little bit lower. Look at the stochastic lines. So it's not about the externals, not the day that you get a sniffle and a cold and an allergy, but is your health in good shape? Are you going to die of some major heart attack? Nope. Not because of an allergy, not because of a sniffle. That is what it's all about. So there's different ways to play the market. I show a lot of great ideas. Fast-moving trades, Tesla. Anyone buy my Tesla today? We're up more than 60% on it. Just say yes or no. Just say no.
No.
Nope.
Okay. What is wrong with this chart? I put out the Tesla thing on from Briefing. I saw it. Briefing. I follow Briefing and Benzinga. Briefing puts out S&P credit. Just upgraded it. What is Tesla's biggest problem? The debt. They just upgraded their debt. Look at this chart. I'm just simply saying buy the 340 calls, which were up from $2 to $3.25. 50% on your money in one day. Guys, let go of your fear. Sometimes you just got to grab your cojones, whatever, the charts, all right? And go with it. The stock is going to go to 352, which was the last major sell point. S&P 500, S&P credit analysts who are the most skeptical of Tesla just upgraded their rating on their debt. Tesla can borrow as much money as possible going forward. Shanghai plants are completely open. Did you ever hear anyone mention that on CNBC? Any one of you? Calva, did you hear Tesla being mentioned on CNBC?
I just read it like probably like an hour ago or so.
Yeah. The
Less.
Shanghai plant is fully operational. They can sell as many Teslas in the world in China without any tariffs. This chart is so bullish. I pointed it out to you guys. Listen, guys. When you see something like that, don't think, just buy it. Buy a couple. Be up 50% in one day. What the hell are you waiting for? A tweet from Musk? In my opinion, Tesla, the way it's going, is going to go hit 352. More importantly, I believe the stock will test its highs because they're dogmatic. Remember, never be dogmatic. Never be dogmatic as in fundamentalists. You know what I hate? Fundamentalists. Fundamentalist Muslims, fundamentalist Christians, fundamentalist Jews. Like, I hate anybody who is a fundamentalist. Somebody who believes in something so much that they want to kill another religion for their beliefs. Same thing in business. Do not be a dogmatic trader. Oh, I hate Tesla. Who the hell cares? Do not be a fundamentalist trader. Be a technical trader. This stock is going higher. Now, anything can go wrong. Shanghai plant might have little issues. But to me, it's credit that matters. Credit. Tesla needs to borrow a lot of money for their expansion. As long as S&P just upgraded their credit rating, the stock will at least go to 360. Wake up, smell the coffee. I told you guys to buy it at $1.90. It went to 325. You could have traded it out during the day. What are you waiting for? Now, these are things you'll learn on your own. You'll figure out on your own, but you have to act. Act to win. Do not be dogmatic. That's it. Before I go, 1 second. And last thing I'll tell you is I'm just checking a couple of texts that are coming through. Last thing I'll tell you, so many people in the market are still so freaking scared. I'm scared. Okay. I make money, but I'm scared. I'm scared every morning I wake up, but it's not a bad scare. It's like a good scare. It's like get your energy up. Turn positive, negative stress into positive stress. Okay. So that's all. So guys, thank you for attending. Love your questions. Calva, I'll talk to you soon, and I'll call you in a couple of minutes. Pick up the phone, okay? And Dominic, thank you. Paul, as always. And have a pleasant evening, guys. All right? The markets are good, but it's very stock selective. So I'll try to do my best between the biotechs and these type of things to put it out there, but it's not like everything's going to go up every day. Like look at Humana, I gave you as an earnings thing. The stock was up $10 today. These stocks are like the bulwarks. They are the ultimate backstops against the market. The HMOs, Humana, Anthem Health up $4.32, United Health. And somebody, if you guys have time, read up on the CEO of United Health and the coalition that he started to help the homeless find housing. To me, that is the real heart of American business. $87 billion in profits. And the man basically is saying, if you put the real homeless, not the lazy homeless, but the real homeless in homes, they'll have less diseases, less burden on the US system. That is what I love about our business community. That's it. See you guys tomorrow. Let's make it happen. I kept on thinking today was Thursday, so I do apologize. A lot of my posts said Thursday, but it was Wednesday. So we have 2 more days to make money. All right, guys, have a great night. Thank you.